Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our 15th installment of Tango, Kilo, Sierra. What we're going to do today is we're going to walk back up in here. The signs that you saw at the beginning of the video, it's called Peachtree Rock Heritage Preserve. Camping is prohibited back up in here, so I figured we'd do something a little bit different and just do a little nature trail today because it's been so cold lately. Really can't afford to get sick right now because of my work schedule and whatnot, but when it gets below 30 degrees, I tend, because I don't have the proper warming layers, because I live down here in the south where it rarely ever gets that cold. So we will be back to regular scheduled programming come next week when it warms up a little bit. But this week, we're gonna walk back up into these woods right here. We got a nice little nature trail going on. And I've got something really spectacular to show you here. As you can see, we're just off the dirt road, off the side of a highway, out in the backwoods of Columbia, South Carolina. It's called Gaston, South Carolina. Lived out here a little bit when I was in middle school, and it was a nice little backwoods type area. And this was just something that me and my parents found one day, just randomly riding down the road. And it's just back here in the land of the pines where you wouldn't expect something to be. So we're gonna jump down here. We're gonna get on down this nature trail a little ways, and then we'll show you what makes Peachtree Rock so incredibly special. All right, so the second thing that I'm gonna show you is, you see it looks like I'm kind of standing on the side of a mountain as far as the big rain gully that goes down in here. This is pretty abnormal for this side of town because it's mostly just flat sand. Like that hill that we're looking at right here is taller than what I'm standing on right now. So this kind of land dip, I guess you'd say, and or like gully, something of that nature, it's really abnormal to see in this part of the state, because usually you see it more towards more up towards the mountains and whatnot. But still pretty cool. Figured that but that's not the best thing about this place. I've got something really awesome to show you. Just gotta make it a little bit further down this trail. Getting a little ways back in here. You see the little creek bed here. It means we're getting close to our destination. On down the little walking path we go. All right, I'm gonna get back on up in here, guys, and we'll see you when we get where we're going. You can see, because some of the weather that we get here, that tree's still alive at the top. That pine trees don't do too well. They grow here in abundance, but at the same time, there's just something about this wet, humid weather here in South Carolina that just torments them, rips them right out the ground, makes them rot and fall. That's a dang oak tree right there, and it just got flattened when that tree fell. Grows like crazy here, but yet the no, almost slipped and fell right there. The environment's not the best for them, that's for sure. Got our little creek here running under our bridge. This looks brand new. Had to put that out here recently. That tree must have destroyed the old one, but yeah, you can see where this land back here ain't been too nice to its old ancient rotten trees. Rather than fall over now, not cause us any problems, then as we're walking by. But yeah, some of these were still pretty thick and not hollow, but you can see where the termites and the ants have just completely demolished them. It sucks though, because wildlife lives in a lot of the rotten trees out here, like bats, owls, squirrel, pretty much anything you can think of that would live in a tree. All right, well, we're gonna get back up in here, coming to the top of this hill, which is, as you can see, it's got a pretty big little rock mass here, which is also odd to see in this part of town, because there ain't really many big boulders that come out the ground out here in this ancient ocean sand that, you know, the ground is made out of out here. But you can see that ancient rock with all that watery moss that's still growing on it there. It's like you're at the mountains. It's pretty weird. And you're in the flattest part of this state right here. We'll work our way up to the top of this hill, and we'll see you there. Pretty incredible to see just this fossilized, just like solid piece of rock just sitting back up in here. And they're everywhere. Got us a little cave over there we're about to go and look at. All the cool stuff back up the trail that way. But I figured while we're out here, might as well look at the little cliff slash cave that's right here. Yet again, people, not normal to see this kind of stuff in this part of the state. You can see that how old this rock is and how things have dug up in it over the years. Looks like it's mostly made of sandstone. See the big, deep, dark holes that house probably many animals. But you gotta think about the years that this has been sitting here. Just, yeah. That's pretty cool. Although you're not allowed to camp out here, people are out here all hours of the night. It'd still be cool to get in a camp right here in this little cave. You ain't gotta worry about a bear being in here, just maybe some spiders. But how cool is that? Sitting right under this rock. Might be being held up by that tree, might be holding that tree up, you never know. Still pretty cool to see. You could have your little fire under here easily, all kinds of stuff. But since I was a kid, I've watched them run people off droves and droves at a time out here that's been out here after dark. This, you gotta respect what other people's wishes are when it comes down to their property. But trust me, if I could ever get away with it, that cave right there would definitely have me spending a night in it. All right, so we're gonna traverse up this hill and see if we see any other cool things that we could show you. And we'll see you at the best part of Peachtree Rock. Thanks for sticking with us, people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can see this big rock outcrop that we got going on here. Some more of that fossilized, super old rock that we've seen just preserved out here amongst the land of the pines and the birch trees in these super deep gullies, which, as I've told you, is very abnormal for this side of town. But everyone, I'd like to welcome you to Peachtree Rock. That rock right there that everybody's carved their name into for some ungodly reason used to stand when I was a child. You can see the big hills here. So before I read you this sign here, I'll take you over here, and it's my theory, and it's kind of a local fact, that this used to be a vibrant ocean, like reef, if you would, back before the Atlantic Ocean receded millions of years ago off of this part of the state of South Carolina. You can see where it goes deep down in there, and we've got a creek that runs through here. But I've seen on nature shows where coral and sea anemone and all kinds of crazy stuff live on rocks. They are shaped exactly like this. Step over here. So it's pretty much a known fact. The Atlantic Ocean used to inhabit this land. So this is pretty much just fossilized, millions and millions of year old ocean floor, which is pretty cool if you ask me. But that being said, we're gonna walk our way back over here. It's about 60 degrees outside right now, so it's kind of nice, but it's gonna be like 25 tonight. So very glad to get this hike done and be back home in the warm house. But as you can see, that right there is what that rock right there used to look like when it stood. It set a Guinness World Record for the widest top on the smallest base. It used to have a tree that grew right out the top of it, hence giving it its name, Peachtree Rock. But it says here it was formed by an erosion when the water of the Atlantic receded long ago. In December of 2013, the iconic rock fell off the narrow base due partially to the erosion from the rain and other storm events. That is entirely untrue. The reason this rock fell is because even back when it was still standing, people would come over here and carve their names into it and stuff. And sandstone can only take so much abuse until it falls. Our residents in the area and the state along Peachtree Rock Road said that there used to be a peach tree that grew out the top of the rock. Another idea for how the rock got its name is due to the peach tree shape, because the top of it used to be shaped like a peach tree. Big top, small bottom. There's also a little Peachtree Rock out here that we're gonna hike around and try to go find. That's what it looked like in 1980. Got some people learning about it here. Then that's a little map of the place. We're gonna hike down here because I do see a waterfall, and you can see where people have even crossed these chains and been over there to carve their name into it, even though it's just something that's older than we could ever imagine. I really can't stand when people can't respect nature and its beauty, because if you don't preserve it and you don't take care of it, that's what it turns into. Just a fallen over rock in the mud that used to be a spectacle to people who live around this part of town, something to come and see and take your family to, because it was a marvel, especially for this part of the country. You see we got a creek running. We're gonna walk back up in here and we'll see you guys at the waterfall. All right, so we've made our way over here. As you can see, more ancient coral, not coral, but places that coral probably used to grow, just ancient ocean floor. I'm gonna get closer to this waterfall here. You can see casting a pretty cool little rainbow there from the sunshine. Not much, a little stream of water, but it's really something that you don't see around here. We don't have any waterfalls or any kind of crazy stuff like that because the land here is so incredibly flat. But yeah, we're gonna hike up these rocks here across this little creek. As you can see, got some little fossilized holes and shales and all kinds of stuff down in these rocks even. I'm gonna go up here. You can even see where people carve their names in this stuff, which is sad. Leave stuff alone, people. Let it be. It's here for a reason. You can see where the ground is starting to drip right there from the moss. Pretty cool. You can see they ain't been doing it for too long, but long enough to make some erosion holes in the ground. So let's get up these rocks here. Ugh. All right, it's gonna be a big step. Ugh. Walk up to the top of this waterfall here. Look at the tree. Big, beautiful oak tree. Definitely gonna pick up that Miller Lite can there. People have no respect. Just like Rodney Dangerfield said, which I know it's an old reference, no respect at all. But this is what Peachtree Rock looks like from the top. Pretty cool if you ask me. Standing about 15 feet, 20 feet off the ground. And Peachtree Rock is right back there. You can see we got our mountain outcrop, or not mountain, our little ocean floor rock outcrop that we were down there standing next to before we climbed up these rocks. And yeah, so that is all the awesome and vibrant things that make this little area so special. What we're gonna hike up here, up these rocks. We're gonna have us a little hiking beer. I got a sandwich. We're gonna break out later, a little hike and snack, and then we'll see about hiking back and finding some other great things to see. But oh dang, would you look at that? It just runs through these woods right here. This big, giant freaking old, I don't even know how to explain it, preserved rock. Just has pine trees growing right at the top of it. There's a squirrel. Look at the size of that boulder. That is just crazy. This rock right here seems like a good spot to sit down. I'm gonna break out a hiking beer, and yeah, we'll see you guys in just a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, found us a good place to sit down, break us out a couple of good old-fashioned hiking beers, Coors of course. I'd like to take this time to tell everyone who's, oh dang, this shook up a little bit, who's liked and subscribed. Thank you. Your support means the world as we break into this 2022 year. Getting pretty cold, but we'll make it through just like we always do. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please consider doing so, because it helps us out a lot and helps us come and find great places like this and just share vibrant history on the things that we do around here and the things there is to see around here. If you are feeling generous, there's always my PayPal that you can donate to. Help me get some good warming layers and a nice tent so I can get back to camping in this cold weather. Wasn't prepared for the cold weather, of course. It's my first winter doing this, so we'll get better as time goes on. But I'd like to say thank you, everyone. Tink. Truly is beautiful to see this up here. As we sit on the edge of this little cliff, you can see where the little creek runs down here. Not very big, not too much water, but heck, can be a good place to survive if need be. But it brings us to our little, not technically a cooking segment, but I figured we'd still eat something together. Got me a delicious little treat from the store on the way out here, and we're gonna break that out and show it to you. But that's what we got today. It's a turkey sandwich with some Duke's mayonnaise we're gonna get that fixed up, and we'll see you back when we're ready to munch. Just some basic mustard and Duke's mayonnaise. Put the top on it there. Nothing better on a hike than just a little sandwich. Something to replenish your, you know, energy and stuff. We're gonna eat this. Then we're gonna hike around a little bit more, see what else we can see, and then hike our way back on out of here. But I'm gonna finish the sandwich here. It's delicious, not too bad. I never eat the lettuce on these sandwiches. Hard to trust produce this day and age from pretty much anywhere. But, you know, beautiful day. I think they used the Hawaiian bread for that sandwich. That's delicious. But I'm gonna finish the sandwich off, and I got it all over me. I'm gonna finish the sandwich off, and we'll see you guys when we get back to hiking. Don't think I forgot about this beer can here. We pack it in, people. Pack it out. You know, makes people like me not be able to come out here and enjoy this and have me a beer, because y'all can't pick up after yourselves. Pack it in, pack it out, people. That's our motto here at Tango Kilo Sierra. If you pack it in, you pack it back out. But that's okay, because I will pick up after you. But I'd prefer not to. See, I got my beer can. I've got all my trash in that bag right there hooked to my backpack. It's just the decent and human thing to do. So we're gonna hike around a little bit more and see if we can see some more great stuff. Man, you can tell over the years that these rocks have split apart, had roots grow through them, trees grow out the top of them, so makes for cool little walkways that I can slip and almost fall in. You can tell by the fern that this moss out here stays extremely wet. Just the little caves and rocks out here are just something else, something beautiful. You can tell that instead of the footprints, there's been some little animals living up in there. If I was a raccoon or anything of that nature, I'd definitely live up in there too, out of the elements and yeah, away from any kind of floodwaters or anything crazy like that. Shoot, as a human, I'd live up in there. Well, not live, but you know, at least stay the night. It's just really incredible to see this kind of stuff out here, because you wouldn't think just to walk back up in these woods, and if you did, completely mind-blowing, you know. But if you're ever here in Gaston, South Carolina, want to see some cool stuff like that, come to Peachtree Rock. I've been coming here since I was in elementary school. This goes way up in here. There goes little Peachtree Rock there that we're looking at right there. Shaped just like Big Peachtree, just with a little bit bigger base. But man, can you imagine how vibrant this ocean floor had to be? How much life lived and died here. And then it just turns right back into pine trees. So this is the last rock outcrop out here with this little piece of sandstone, ancient piece of sandstone here. So you can see it just turns right back into woods. Like this ain't even here. Which is what I think the most incredible part about it is. So we're gonna walk back to the waterfall and look in the water, see if we can find some cool, maybe quartz or some of that nature, because these grounds out here are known to be rich in South Carolina clear and smoky quartz, just like the lake. And then we will have a few more beers and then we'll hike our way on out of here. So we'll see you guys at the waterfall. As you can see, a little piece of quartz. That one's pretty clear. Not very big pieces of any kind of rock. Big giant piece of sandstone there. Got some different kinds of quartz and stuff here. But yeah, just dig around. You're bound to find something. A bunch of smoky quartz and a little bit of citrine there. Ground is rich in that kind of stuff out here. See if we can. A little waterfall there. It's pretty cool. I'm not even sure where this water comes from per se. There's too much water to be road runoff. So maybe there's a natural spring around here or something. Who knows? But I'm gonna get over here next to this waterfall and show you what it looks like up close. Out here in the splash zone a little bit, getting our feet a little bit wet, but yeah, it's pretty cool if you ask me. Tiny little waterfall out in the middle of somewhere that should never have something like this, just because of the flatness of the land, you know. So pretty perfect if you ask me. Beautiful nature. We're gonna go over here to Peachtree Rock and get a little bit more video of it, and then we're gonna end up hiking our way out of here. As you can tell, no one ever even probably read that sign, better yet heaved its warning. But this is what's left of Peachtree Rock out here. This entire giant top used to sit on a small base that's right here where all those rocks are. It was really a spectacle to see with the tree growing out the top and stuff, especially as a small child who'd never really seen anything like that before. But we're gonna hike our way back out of here in between this little ancient coral reef, and we'll see you guys at the finishing line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we're back up here to the top of our little hiking trail. Just a little nature preserve at the end of a dirt road. You know, if I can encourage you to do anything, go to that little state park, that little nature preserve. Walk up in the woods. You never know what you can find or the great things that you're gonna see. And this is in such a backwoods part of South Carolina. Not a whole lot of people would think to come out here. So go up in the backwoods. Go find you anything to you know, get your mind off of the old 9 to 5. Because I know how not only depressing, but you know, draining it can be to have so much to worry about and no time just to think to yourself and, you know, just be quiet and enjoy nature. But in saying that, that concludes our 15th installment of Tango Kilo Sierra. Like I said, if you enjoy our videos and you would like to see more, just like and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, find our PayPal at the bottom of the video. And we appreciate it, and we love you all. But as usual, we're gonna find another great place, and we'll see you next time. With emphasis.